Confirma se está tudo
Tá a andar?
ok, está tudo a andar. Okay, hi Rui, how are you?
I'm fine, thank
Good,
you.
thank you. Thank you to meet us and join to make this interview.
It's a pleasure.
We will talk about Jim Morrison and the band The Doors. That I think that you are a fan, unconditional fan. Who is Jim Morrison for you?
For me, Jim Morrison is a person that tried to change his own era
Okay.
because he was about chaos, disorder, revolution, passion, love, everything basically.
Okay. Okay.
He involved everything in his words, his songs, his music, everything.
So it's a big inspiration for you.
It is.
It was all your life.
It has been since I was about 12, 13 years old.
Okay. Okay. And how would you imagine meeting Jim in person? If you could meet him, what would you have liked to talk with him? What you want to question if you could talk to Jim Morrison?
I would ask him how was it like to break on through to the other side, because I think that he was already broke to the other side while he was still alive.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's my opinion anyway.
Very good. What do you know? What you know about Jim's interest towards his like? So, what you think about the interest of Jim in literature, and how do you think that he started to write? What was his inspiration? You know, what led him to start writing and compose songs?
I think he was inspired by reading a lot.
Okay.
Persons like Keats, Merritt, Nietzsche, and others like them.
Okay. And you think
He was a great, big reader, and that inspired him a lot all through his life.
And what type of literature you know that he liked?
Like I just said, one of them I mentioned just one, Nietzsche,
Okay. Okay.
which is a good reference, because very few people like him, but he says a lot in his writing, and most of it is subliminary messages. You have to really pay attention when you're reading to understand them, otherwise there's no point. You might as well not read them at all.
Yeah, you need to have some perspective about what
Exactly.
you're reading. Okay, very well. Som. Tá
Tá
ok, tudo ok.
Tem só cuidado com os ok's.
Okay, very well. Okay, so you know that Jim dedicated some of these of his books to Pamela Curson. You know Pamela Curson?
Yeah,
Yes.
I do.
Do you think it was because she believed in him, as a poet, or it was a pure act of love? What do you think about that?
I think it was a bit of both. I think it was love and belief. And I say this because she was always there for him. Even when they were mad at each other, she was always there for him. There was a rumor about this book that she supposedly had with unknown poems, and that she sold him to make money. I think that's a blunt lie, because she was not like that. She really loved.
Okay.
That's my opinion anyway.
Vou tocar.
Ficou por cima.
Achas que devemos repetir? Foi uma boa resposta.
Foi.
Não,
Estou aí muito depressa.
não, o Rui está
Não,
ótimo. O Rui agora deu uma resposta fantástica e passou um autocarro e sobrepôs-se à sua resposta. Vamos tentar fazer novamente a pergunta, está bem? E não é preciso dizer exatamente o que disse, mas explicar um bocadinho o que explicou agora, está bem? So, do you know that Jim...
Podes.
Okay. You know that Jim dedicated his books to Pamela Carson. Do you think it was because she believed in him, or it was a pure act of love? She saw him like an artist, or like an artist lover?
I think it was a bit of both, because she loved him and she was always there for him, even when they were mad at each other. She was always there for him. She was his support. As far as I'm aware, there's a rumor that she had a book of unknown poems from him that she supposedly...
Apareceu. Peço desculpa, Rui. Temos que cortar. Desculpe, Rui.
Não, então, acontece, os animais têm direito à vida.
Claro. Pode começar. Sabe a pergunta, não sabe? Pode responder. Okay?
I think it was a bit of both. I think it was love and belief and support as well, because she was always there for him, even when they were mad at each other. She was always there for him. And there was a rumor about a book that she supposedly had with unknown poems from him, and that she sold him to make money. That's a blunt lie, because she wouldn't do something like that.
Okay.
If she had something from him, she would keep it. It would be precious for her.
Okay. Normally it's known that Jim didn't like possessions. He only cared about clothes on him and a few books he loved. How inspiring do you find this to be?
Very inspiring, because the lack of interest in richness is a good thing. It's a thing that very few people have, and it's very important that he was like that. That's what made him as a person. He was like that because he had no interest in possessions. His possessions were his poems and his music, his songs, his lyrics, his performance, which was, I think, inspired in tribal dances, most of them, and that was a great thing.
And how does that inspire you?
Me? Well, that's a harder one to answer, but it inspired me because every time I listen to a song from him, it's like as though as if I don't hear or see anything. I'm just focused, and you don't need to focus, you just focus naturally, and it's excellent. Because I've never had that experience with any other band, and I know loads of bands, believe me.
Só aproveitar.
Obrigado, Rui.
Queres cortar ou...
Sim, cortamos.
Não temos que repetir.
Temos carrinho.
Está a andar?
Desliga isso, pá. Então, chegaste.
Mas olha que... Acho que
É?
tem resultado.
Fixe. Quando quiseres, Guilherme.
Está a andar.
Ok, Rui. it always seemed that freedom was the most important thing to Jim. How did Jim change the way you see life? How does his example in that term inspired you?
It inspired me in a way that I couldn't think it was possible, because I'm not the person that I would have been without knowing his words, his poems, his lyrics. By reading all that and listening to his music and listening carefully to listen to the subliminary messages that are in all of his work, made me a different person. And freedom is very important, because without freedom we're nothing, and I think that's what he meant to say. For example, in 5 to 1, when he thinks 5 to 1, 1 to 5, no one gets out of here alive, etc. He says everything in this song. This song talks about chaos, disorder, passion, love, revolution, in a way that if people rised up against the system, then the system would collapse and we would have a new age, a new beginning.
Okay, changing a little bit the topic. What do you know about the period when Jim lived on a rooftop in Venice?
Nothing.
Nothing. Me too. Me neither. Okay. So, can you tell us about how the Doors band was formed? Do you know the story? Do you know how they did it?
I think it was a gathering of friends that decided to create a new band, a new type of music, a new type of songs. And they got together and started playing about, and then the thing turned out serious, more serious than they thought it would be. And I think that's how they formed the band.
Okay. Have you ever seen the Doors live? If yes, was he different than the Jim that you imagine?
No, I've never seen them live, because unfortunately he died in the year I was born, in
Okay.
71.
Okay. And if you had seen if you had saw the band live, what do you think that you would feel?
It would be a big thrill. You can't even imagine how that would be like for me. The way I like the music, the songs, these poems, all of his work. It would be a thrill, a big thrill.
Okay. So, you did not saw the Doors alive, but you know, or maybe saw some concerts on television, internet. Which one is your favorite?
Absolutely live. It's my favorite.
And why?
Why? Because I think it's the most complete one in terms of musics and songs and the following of the songs. Everything in it was perfect.
Okay. What Doors song had the biggest impact on you?
Wild Child.
Okay. Why?
Why? Because
Rui, vamos só tentar fazer uma coisa. Quando, por exemplo, o Ricardo lhe pergunta qual é a sua música preferida, comece por dizer a minha música. Tente repetir um bocadinho da pergunta, está bem? Para não ser só a resposta.
Depois tentar, lá está, aquela coisa de eu estar-lhe a perguntar como é que se chama, eu chamo o Rui.
Ah,
Ou
ok.
Rui só, está a perceber?
Ok.
Tente desenvolver ao máximo a pergunta como conseguir.
Ok.
Então um
Ok.
bocadinho o que o Ricardo disse.
Sim, pode
desenvolve.
repetir. Repare, se eu lhe perguntar which is your favorite song, e
My favorite
o Rui
song
pode
is-
dizer exatamente, my favorite song is tal, and why. Normalmente este tipo de perguntas também há sempre um porquê. Ou seja, eu pergunto-lhe qual é a sua música preferida e se o Rui não me responder logo, eu vou-lhe perguntar porquê, está a perceber? Não sei se me percebeu.
Percebi.
Pronto, se vir que, imagine, eu pergunto-lhe qual é a sua música favorita, o Rui responda qual é a música e pode dizer porquê, pode dizer, enfim, que experiências é que já teve com essa música, pode contar a história que o Rui quiser, está bem? Então vá, vamos recapitular esta. Obrigado. What Doors song, sorry.
Dos concertos gravados. Qual é que é o preferido?
Voltamos a essa?
Sim.
Ok. Então vamos voltar à dos concertos, pode ser? So, what is your favorite Doors concert?
My favorite Doors concert is absolutely live because of the way he acted, the way he sang, the order that he put the songs on, and well, I think it was the most perfect one of them all. For me, anyway.
Okay.
Everybody is different, so
Yeah, of course.
there you go.
Very well. And what the Doors song had the biggest impact on you?
My
So,
favorite.
what is your favorite song of the Doors, and what impact it has on you?
My favorite song from the Doors is Wild Child because when I was younger I was very wild, and not only that, it's a song that goes on about saving the human race, which is a thing that he believed in, and I do as well. I think the new generation will be a different one, a better one. That's why. That's the impact that song has on me.
Okay.
Já passou o tocado. Eu?
Ok. Já foi, não já?
Já.
What do you think that the band, the Doors, bring to the history of music?
Well, on that one, I would think that what the Doors brought was a new age in music, because the music was different in everything. In the words were simple but very efficient on captivating the crowds, and not only that, but also Jim Morrison had a very big sexy appeal, and that helped him as well to put his message across, to say to people what he believed in, and that what he believed in was right.
Okay.
He was good on that.
But in terms of the band, I can say like bands like Queen, Rolling Stones, for example. And do you think that the Doors had such impact on the history of the music?
I think the Doors had a great impact on music because they changed music. They changed the way people listened and saw music. Because, like I say, their music was inspired in Indian things and poetry and all that, and it was different from everything that anyone had ever seen before. So it had a great impact, and it would have been very good if he hadn't died, because he had a lot to give, a lot more to give.
Okay. Okay. What? So following what you were saying, we all know that Jim had like a dark side, as everyone. But you think Jim was really obsessed with that?
No, I don't think he was obsessed with the dark side, with his dark side, but he was involved in the occult, in black magic. He actually got involved in some experiences on that, on black magic, like the Eye of Horus, etc., etc.
Okay, and you.
He was a badass. He was a badass.
You
People think he was all nicey, but he wasn't nicey. He was a badass.
Okay. It's known that Jim liked to do films too. But he never done nothing in that area, like for the public. Do you think that he would be a good filmmaker?
I think so. With all his knowledge, and he was a very rare person, and he had a big IQ. So I think yes, he would be a great producer, wherever that involved making films. Yes, I think so.
Can you imagine he having an impact, for example, on cinema, as he had on music?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe he would have a great impact on filmmaking, because he was, how can I put it? He was unpredictable. So that makes a good mixture of things that would make him a great film producer.
Okay.
In my opinion, anyway.
Ok, vamos cortar bocadinho. O envolvente que nos obriga a
Leva
parar.
mais a montar tudo do que para fazer a própria
sim,
entrevista.
sim.
Pois.
Está a andar?
Mas agora também vamos ter muito mais áudio, não é? Vamos muito mais perto. Okay, Rui, so how did Jim's heart, like music, poetry, films, how did it make you a different person?
Made me a better person. Because had an impact on me that I never thought it would have. When I read his poetry, I sense that all my feelings.
Vamos recomeçar esta.
Diz-me.
Desculpa, dá só para ir checando o foco, porque agora como estamos muito mais perto.
Isto está para fazer Magnify?
É só os feeds que imagina, está a fugir.
Não está focado.
É.
E esta é uma boa pergunta para este.
Sim,
Para ser mais
por
fechado.
acaso, quando vi, ok, vamos recapitular, desculpa. How did Jim's art, like music, poetry, films, how did it make you a different person?
Made me a different and better person, because when I listen to his music or read his poetry, all my senses come alight and alive, and that makes me a better person, because it makes me see the world in a different way than most people see. And on that one, I think yes, that's about it.
So he did it a better person than you.
I think so. Let the others be the judges of that, but I think so.
Okay, nice. Which story or which part of Jim Morrison's life had an impact, or in the way of the entertainment? Okay, which one you liked most, and why?
What I like the most is to listen to his poetry, like his two books, New Creatures and The Lords. I love listening to them. It relaxes me. I light up a candle, smoke a joint, and that's it. I'm in heaven, I'm in paradise.
Okay, nice. Fazemos mais uma. Okay. So this is a tricky question. So a lot of fans claim that Jim's spirit is flying around. Did his energy visited you or helped you somehow? Did you ever felt something that you could say, okay, Jim Morrison acts on my life almost like a god?
No, not like a god, but like an influence. Because, like I say, or I usually think and say, his poetry and his songs and the way he sung them, because he sung them sometimes talking, and that's very hard for a singer to do, and he used to do that very well, and that is a thing that I never felt with any other artist. But like a god, no, he was no god. He was a normal person, like everybody.
Okay, very well. Did you ever dreamed of Jim?
No, first one, because I'm not gay. Second one, because it just never happened. If I did have dreams about him, I can't remember them. Perhaps
Yeah, but you could have some story, a fun story, or
like a
awkward
vision.
moment,
For
like a
example,
vision
if I
for
was
you.
high on drugs. I used to be high on drugs, and I used to drink a lot as well. Now I only smoke my joint, and that's enough. That's as far as I go. I used to use heavy drugs as well, but I never had any visions about him or the band or the songs.
Not even in your dreams.
Nor even in my dreams. If I did have them, I can't remember them.
Ok. Ok. Se calhar mudamos, faltam 3. Estamos? Muito bem, vamos para as últimas 3 perguntas, está bem? So,
Luz do foco, sim.
we're almost at the end of the interview. Last 3 questions. So, what do you think about the rumors of Jim Morrison, or about Jim Morrison, about staging his own death and being still alive today, like an Elvis Presley case? What do you think about that?
I think that's a lie. He didn't stage his death. I think he had an accident. I think he smoked or drank too much and had an accident in the bathtub, as it was said. I think that's the truth.
Okay, so you don't believe in that kind of conspiracy?
No, there's some kind of conspiracy that say that he's living in the streets of New York. No, I don't think so. I saw a photo and it's not him. Not him. You can tell straight away that it's not him.
Okay. Só que uma parte, Rui. O Rui teve em sítios onde o Jim Morrison viveu ou onde está sepultado? Não.
Não.
Porque esta pergunta por acaso é muito direta, porque pergunta mesmo como é que o Rui se sentiu quando esteve lá. Nem sei se
Não,
vale a pena,
não.
nem sei se vale a pena perguntar.
Pode
Ok,
perguntar na mesma,
vou
eu sei
reformular,
que
é
vou
isso.
responder.
Era isso que eu estava a pensar, vou reformular a pergunta. So, how could you imagine how to be, or how is to be in the places that Jim lived, or in his grave? If you went there, or if you go in the future, what do you think that you could feel or think about those places and about the energy of those places?
I would probably feel the energy, but it would give me the grips. Because I think that I've never been there in Paris, in his graveyard, but the way they vandalized and they abused it, it's something out of this world. People don't really respect him, and they say they do. And then they vandalized his grave and graveyard with graffitis and other things, and there's no respect on that one.
But the Jim Morrison's fans did it?
No, I don't think so, but some of them might have done unconsciously, without realizing they were doing it. They did it.
Ok.
Está a fazer uns estalos de vez em quando. Fez agora outra vez. Será
Mas
que
a
quer
câmara ou
dizer
o
que
som?
está a clipar? Não.
Deixa eu ver.
Mas é quando eu vejo. Mas é só de vez em quando.
Mas é quando falamos ou...
Não, eu estava a tentar perceber quando é que, se é,
Uhum.
qual é que é constante, mas é completamente aleatório. Até dá aqui um sinal no teu relógio. Oh, deu agora. Ouviste?
Ouvi. É tipo um zzz.
Sim. Oi, outro?
Já ouvi. Vamos cortar e voltar a... Estamos?
Estamos?
Ok, Rui. If you imagine if you go to the last place that Jim lived, or his graveyard, graveyard.
Gravestone.
Graveyard é...
Cemitério.
Ah, é cemitério. Eu estava a pensar que... Pensava que graveyard era tipo... Ah, como é que se chama? Terraço.
Não?
Sorry. Ok, vamos começar. If you go to... Imagine if you go to his grave and... or, for example, his last place where he lived. You could imagine that you could feel him or saw him in some way, or what do you think that you could feel and experience in that places?
Well, not feel him, but perhaps feel his energy, the energy that he left. And it would give me the creeps as well. Because I think that it would be a unique experience for me, definitely.
Estás a ouvir
Because
muito?
I've never been there, and I would like to go there one day. Perhaps my dream will come true. I don't know. Let's hope so.
as I'm unemployed at the moment. I got a job interview tomorrow. Perhaps I'll get it and I'll get some money together and go there, and then I'll see what happens.
Yeah. Ok. Carrinha, sobrepôs muito?
Foi pior que tu teres falado por cima.
Desculpa. Queres
Não,
repetir?
não,
Acho que
não,
não.
não.
Okay, so that energy that you were talking about, you believe that that kind of energy is still present here in our living world. What do you think that that energy, that legacy, okay, has so special that could inspire and have an influence in people and many people in the world, in all world, for 46 years since he died. Sorry.
Why?
Yes. What do you think that? A pergunta é difícil. Vou reformular, desculpe. What do you think that is so special about Jim's energy? There's so many people around the world who still love him, who still admire him. Has many other musicians, but what do you think that is so strong that can be present 46 years after he's dead?
Well, I think his presence was very strong, and that left an energy that is still felt nowadays by people, especially when they read his work or listen to his music or see his videos, his DVDs and all that. I think he had a very strong energy with him, and that has never left. Still carry on, and I feel that energy, I sense it when I listen to his music mainly, or his poetry, and it's a great thing. It's a great thing, and I think, yeah, it's still there, the energy. But there's also the thing, most women like him because he was cute, he was sexy. Most of them, I'm not saying that it was all of them, but the majority of people still feel and sense that energy. That's what drives them to like him and to like his work.
Okay, and do you think that that kind of energy is present by his songs, his poems, his work, or is something greater that could I don't know, his presence could be here also as his legacy?
No, I think it's through his work that you feel his presence, his energy. I think so.
Okay. So we're done. Thank you very much, Rui, for this interview.
You're welcome.
Okay, and thank you.
And I'm always available.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and cut.
Lá no jardim, estiquei-me ao comprido no banco à sombra, ali de papo para o ar, tirei uma soneca.
Estão uns dias simpáticos.
Estão uns dias bons, mas a gente precisa caia de chuva.
É verdade. Estás a fazer falta.
Pois está muita, por causa da seca.
Exatamente.
E isto é sério. Vamos ter um ano de seca mesmo. Vai haver muitos cortes de água, muito dessas coisas. Sim, é o pior, é onde afeta mais.
As pessoas que têm eventos de cultivo não está a ser muito fácil. Eu ouvi dizer que não vai haver muito pouca cereja este ano, e as castanhas acho que também foram muito pequeninas este ano também por causa da
Foram. Até no grão se nota. O grão é mais pequenino que os anos anteriores. O grão e o feijão e tudo. Nota-se. Quando se compra nos frascos, nota-se.
Mas mesmo naqueles que vêm já em em calma quase.
Sim, nesses nota-se. Nota-se que são mais pequenos que os anos anteriores, devido à seca, não levaram água suficiente.
Só a longo prazo é que vamos começar a sentir as consequências.
Pois, exato.
Mas isto também não está fácil com Espanha, retém-nos também muita água.
Pois retém. São os malandros.
Ficamos com a água toda,
Pois.
passa lá primeiro, olha, nós estamos cá deste lado, temos que ficar com o que
Também
somos.
precisamos de alguma, mandem alguma para cá.
E olha, agora também temos aquele problema do Tejo, não é?
Pois,
Das fábricas que
das fábricas despejaram
despejaram
para lá
porcaria
químicos.
Mas aquilo é de papel, não
Não sei, não cheguei a perceber bem. Não...
Mas já
Eles também não explicaram bem
é?
ainda.
Não há interesse em explicar bem, não é?
Pois, não lhes convém. É que não lhes convém explicar bem, aí é que está. Essa é que são elas. Pois, exato. Sim, há certas coisas que no nosso país é assim, infelizmente. É só corruptos.
É verdade. Isso mudou para ti, mas é tudo mesmo.
É, exato,
Depois
não é
dizem
mais.
uns dos outros, mas são todos iguais.
Uhum.
Quem paga
É verdade,
é a nata pequenina.
é mesmo.
Já tinha dado.
Mesmo logo à entrada de Odivelas, do lado esquerdo.
Ok. E a Ribeira vai dar onde? Tem ideia?
Ah, não faço a mínima.
Depois tem que para a cidade e a reparar para o...
Acho que vai para Lourdes e
ok.
lá para esses lados, lá para...
Não seja sacos de plástico.
Não. Não vão comendo, até há pessoas que vão lá dar pão e tudo.
E qual é a sua planta preferida? Tem alguma planta assim?
E a planta preferida?
Uma árvore?
Orquídea.
Orquídea? Orquídeas dão trabalho de manter. Para
A árvore dá fruto leva 20 anos. Eu tinha uma no meu
Não
quintal,
fazia
porque eu
ideia.
antes tinha um quintal com terreno,
Sim.
com jardim. Agora não. Agora tenho um quintal, mas é todo pavimentado,
Sim.
com azulejo.
Mas não tem nem uns vasos, nem umas plantinhas?
Tenho lá uma planta especial.
Ah.